China is mourning the shocking loss of actor and singer Yu Menglong, who has passed away at just 37 years old. Known for his breakout roles in Go Princess Go and Eternal Love, Yu had spent 15 years building a career that made him one of the most recognizable faces in Chinese entertainment. His sudden death has left fans devastated and, more importantly, suspicious, as troubling details surrounding his final hours continue to raise questions that official reports have yet to answer. On September 11th, Yu Menglong's agency released a formal obituary confirming the heartbreaking news. The statement revealed that Yu had fallen to his death earlier that morning and that police had already investigated the scene, ruling out any criminal suspicion. The agency offered words of mourning, expressing hope that Yu could find peace in the afterlife, while sending strength to those grieving him. To many, the announcement seemed definitive. The case appeared closed before the public had even processed the news. But soon after, cracks began to appear in the official story. A paparazzi account posted the news of Yu's death online, only to delete it shortly after, hinting that there was more to the case than what was being disclosed. The unease only deepened when it emerged that police had wrapped up their investigation in less than 24 hours. An unusually short time frame for a case involving a high-profile celebrity. For many, it felt like the truth was being buried just as quickly as the tragedy itself. According to initial reports, Yu had spent the evening of September 10th at a private dinner with 5 or 6 friends. Around 2 a.m., he reportedly returned to his bedroom, locked the door, and went to sleep. Just 4 hours later, at around 6 a.m., his body was discovered outside the building. Exactly how he ended up there has become the central question that no one seems able to answer. Reporters later tracked down a resident of the neighborhood, a woman who had been out walking her dog that morning. She recalled that it was actually her close friend, who was with her at the time, who first stumbled upon the scene. Their dog, she said, suddenly pulled on its leash and ran towards something lying on the ground. Following after, they found the lifeless body of a young man. At first, she did not recognize him, but the image burned into her memory. Yu was lying motionless, with blood visibly streaming from his mouth. Within minutes, several of Yu's acquaintances, who had apparently been inside the building, rushed outside. According to the resident, instead of panicking like typical bystanders might, the people around Yu appeared visibly nervous, even immediately grabbing clothing to cover his face after discovering his body. Surprisingly, none of them called the police or an ambulance despite recognizing him. The first official call to authorities was reportedly made by the building's security captain. In situations like this, however, hesitation is understandable. Everyone reacts differently when confronted with shock. Only later, when news broke publicly, did she realize that the victim she had seen was none other than Yu Menglong, the actor she had occasionally spotted in the neighborhood. She described him as handsome and often surrounded by good-looking companions, saying she never expected such a grim scene to unfold in her quiet community. Police and medics arrived shortly after and sealed off the site, but what struck the resident most was how quickly the situation seemed to conclude. By around 9 a.m., the investigation was declared complete. By the afternoon, the area had been thoroughly cleaned, with no barriers or signs that a major tragedy had unfolded there just hours earlier. It was not only the speed of the investigation that raised eyebrows, but also the disturbing details that began to emerge. Reports claimed Yu had 2 Rolex watches in his pocket at the time of his death, items belonging to a friend. The phone was found on the sofa in the living room, which means he didn't have it with him when he locked the door. Even more puzzling was the condition of his apartment window. Though the windows were locked, the insect screen had been removed. Yu's footprints were found on the windowsill where he fell, and there was dust from the screen under his fingernails. Scratches from his feet were also visible on the screen downstairs. Building staff explained that the screen could not easily be taken out without specialized tools, yet in Yu's case, it had somehow been detached. Chinese media outlets later published alleged photos of the very window Yu was believed to have fallen from. He lived on the 5th floor of the building, and before police could officially seal the area, pictures began circulating online. They showed scratches and strange, arc-shaped marks near the window frame. Some even pointed out what appeared to be handprints on the glass of a lower floor, fueling speculation that Yu may have tried to hold on as he fell. Neighbors near the house were interviewed and said they heard no commotion or unusual noises that night. It was also reported that he had apparently drunk 3 bottles of liquor and 3 bottles of beer that day, but there were no signs of drugs. Surveillance cameras in the hallway captured Yu and others going upstairs, but there were no cameras at the site of the fall. Some suggested that a civil lawsuit could be filed regarding the circumstances of his death. By the following day, reporters who returned to the scene found little trace of what had happened. From the ground floor, they noticed that the insect screen on Yu's apartment appeared damaged. In a similar unit upstairs, they tested the windows themselves. Opening the glass door was easy, but forcing out the insect screen required considerable effort. The fact that Yu's had already been removed so neatly only deepened the mystery. The case has sparked even darker speculation online. A video circulating on X reportedly captures Yu Menglong saying, "Why is it like this? I can't bear it anymore. I can't bear it anymore." While the authenticity of the video hasn't been confirmed, it has fueled widespread concern among fans. Some unverified posts from C fans suggest that Yu may have faced serious trouble in the industry. Rumors claim he was blacklisted for refusing to follow so-called hidden rules tied to powerful figures. Others go further, alleging he might have been drugged and assaulted before being pushed from the building after threatening to report the incident. Some speculate that, overwhelmed by humiliation, he may have taken his own life. As per reports, between 2020 and 2023, Yu Menglong's career slowed down a lot. He appeared less in films and TV shows, and there were rumors that he was being hidden or pushed aside. Some people said he faced pressure for not agreeing to a female investor's requests, or that his old agency, Tianyu Media, didn't give him enough support and may have even blocked some of his projects. Even though he kept working and later changed agencies, it was clear that his career had taken a hit. In 2023, Yu finally got a chance to make a comeback. He started filming the costume fantasy drama An Umbrella in the Mist in Hengdian. The project gave hope that his career could bounce back and that he might reconnect with his fans. Many people online are questioning whether Yu Menglong's fall was really an accident. Some point out that he had acrophobia, a fear of heights, which makes it hard to imagine he would have jumped on purpose. That night, he was active on social media until around 9:30 p.m., sharing updates and interacting with fans. He also had several upcoming films and TV projects, and as the only son in his family, he seemed to have strong reasons to keep going. Still, these details don't erase the mystery. Mental health is complicated, and even people who seem fine on the outside can be struggling quietly. While official reports say no foul play was involved, many fans are asking for more answers. They are demanding a further investigation, including CCTV footage, fingerprint analysis, and an official list of everyone present the night of the incident. Fans are trying to piece together what happened, hoping to understand how someone so talented and loved could meet such a sudden, tragic end. So far, Yu Menglong's studio and family have remained silent. Their silence has left fans anxious, eager for answers, and has only made the circumstances of his death feel even more confusing. Was this truly an accident, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? What do you think happened to Yu Menglong?